School shootings in Parkland, Florida and around the country have shaken our sense of security for both students and parents. Those shootings prompted school threats to skyrocket.
Well, as a parent, many of us are looking for advice on how to talk to our kids about the danger. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us right now with a look at how these threats are taking a huge toll on families. Heather.
Well, Carolyn and Dave, as a 16-year-old, Heavenly Frederick would normally just worry about her next beauty pageant and her homework that's due. But Heavenly is now one of 165 people in Southeast Michigan who've been charged with a crime accused of making school threats.
I have learned that what you say is very, very powerful and people can twist it.
Heavenly Frederick suddenly found herself being questioned by sheriff's investigators and charged with a 20-year felony last spring.
I had to be suspended for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I missed all my SAT prep. I missed all my hours for my trade school.
About a month after the deadly shootings in Parkland, Florida, this 16-year-old says she was having a debate about gun rights with some of her classmates at her Macomb County High School.
I said, it's not like if I had a gun, I would go shoot up a school.
But that's not what the other students heard, according to their written statements. One girl told school officials that Heavenly said, quote, "I'm going to bring an AR-15 to school and shoot you all." The girl went on to say it was said 100% sarcastically, and she did not mean it on any level.
I got a knock at the door, and I opened it, and I see all these sheriff officers, and they said, "We got a report today that Heavenly threatened to shoot up the school." I was totally beside myself.
Karen Frederick says the next thing they knew, Heavenly was placed on a tether, facing a judge, and charged with false report or threat of terrorism. Police found nothing in Heavenly's phone or computer. No social media posts, no physical evidence of the threat. There was just her word against 3 classmates.
They still prosecuted her on that. And that, I'll never get over that.
We're not looking to, make an example of anybody. What I'm looking to do is ensure the safety of our schools.
Macomb County Prosecutor Eric Smith says his office has issued school threat charges in 70 cases so far this year.
I can't decide which one is real and which one is not real. I can't say, well, we're not going to prosecute because I'm not sure if you meant it. Then where do I draw the line? When the next kid says to the teacher, "I'm going to bring a gun to shoot you." Well, do we charge that one or is that free speech?
Karen says the threat of getting locked up had Heavenly so depressed, she attempted suicide twice.
With my daughter being in the hospital and almost losing her, something I never want to go through.
It's so traumatic. That whole process is so dehumanizing, and it's also really, really scary.
Clinical psychotherapist Tracy Stein says as parents, we need to be very blunt with our kids about what they can't say at school or on social media. And that conversation needs to happen immediately.
Where we say, this is not a threat you can make, and if you make this threat, you're going to be punished, and you could potentially be arrested and put in handcuffs and put in front of a judge, and there be maybe nothing I can do for you.
Because Heavenly Frederick has never been in trouble before, she was able to get onto something called the consent calendar in juvenile court. That means once she completes her probation, her record will be wiped clean. But again, so important to talk to your kids, and you have to be so careful about what you say, how you say it.
Because you never know. And
Right.
as he said, you never know who's playing and who's not.
Sure, and the concern is real.
Absolutely.
I mean, given the tragedy. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, she denies she said it, but again, you have other kids saying X, she's saying Y, and they have to err on the side of caution.
Warn your kids.
Yeah.
Great
Don't
report.
say it.
Thank you,
Don't
Heather.
talk about it. All right, Heather, thanks.